the central focus of these discussions has to be on something that we've been talking about for a couple of years, which is that China has, going back almost 3 decades, had a very strategic long-term strategy of cornering the market for critical and rare earth minerals. And in the process of doing it, it's not just a U.S.-China problem, it's China versus the world. They're controlling over 85% of the processing.
Right. When are we going to change that ratio? Joining us now is Senior Director and Head of the Center on Economic and Financial Power at the Foundation for the Defense of Democracies, Elaine Dzerzhinsky. Elaine, what's at stake today? Because we thought we had a deal with them to restart rare earth deliveries last time we met. What's going to change this time?
Good morning, Brian. That's a great question. So Beijing has really slow-rolled the issuance of the export licenses for the rare earths and other critical minerals that are so fundamental to the U.S. Defense industrial base and the broader industrial base. So this is a very serious issue for us. I think there's leverage coming into this conversation on the part of the Americans and the Trump administration because we have export controls on certain things that Beijing wants. So there will certainly be a conversation about how to get to a better place. But at this point, both sides have made the allegation that that each other has slow-rolled the process since the last time they met. I think it's absolutely critical that these conversations are happening in London. Why? Because the Europeans are watching very closely. They have the same dependency issues as we do on these critical minerals and rare earths. This has to be resolved. So really what's happening is the Trump administration is creating space for that important conversation, not only for the Americans, but for others.
So we actually curtail some of our exports to them on some of the high-tech material that we have and some of the nuclear material that they want. So we are pulling back, too. So that's what's going to go into play. Are we going to rearm our enemy? And they could be saying the same thing about us. Are we going to give them the material for their weapons and our tech center? So there's high stakes here.
There are. I think we need to understand, though, the fundamental challenge for the U.S., which is Beijing has been engaging in a range of non-market coercive practices for many, many years. We see that across the battery supply chain, for example, where market manipulations, engaging in price volatility, trying to control the price of critical minerals has created an environment globally that makes it very difficult for other countries, including the U.S., to have processing at home. So we really need to bring up these non-market practices as the fundamental challenge. This is the difference, and where we have to be very clear about what Beijing has created through its practices, and that we simply can't tolerate that any longer.
Exactly. We have to do a Defense Production Act type rule, both sides behind it, to start manufacturing and refining our own rare earth and getting it wherever we can. It is of national security and a national emergency. Meanwhile, we hope everything goes well in London today. Thanks so much, Elaine. Appreciate it.